Bonjour, and welcome to another episode of SwillinGrog's Wonderful World of Beer. Today, I'll be looking at this brew, Monts, Bière de Flandre, 8.5% alcohol by volume, brewed and bottled by Brasserie De Saint-Sylvestre in France. Now, hopefully my pronunciation there was okay. Now, I must thank my good friend and work colleague Greg for giving me this beer. He gave it to me for my birthday last year, in fact. So I've had it deep chilling in the fridge for a good couple of months now. So the time to review it has arrived. So yeah, let's see what it's like. I'm quite interested actually in trying this beer because it's a style that I never have tried before. A Bière de Garde, or in English that translates to a beer for keeping or a beer for aging, and you can see that it's one that you would keep. Being at 8.5% ABV, it's certainly something that you could cellar. So yeah, let me just get this off here. Okay, and looks like I'm going to need a corkscrew, perhaps. I've got one here, but let me just try popping it off. Whoa! There we go, yes! That was excellent. Hope that looked good on camera. And we've of course got some nice smoke happening there. And I'm of course going to pour it out into a tulip glass, which is the appropriate glassware to use for such a brew. So here we go, folks, my first Bière de Garde. Alright. Okay. Alright, wow. Look at that. I must say it looks really impressive. You've got, a beautiful, clear golden appearance there. It's, really effervescent. I mean, gee whiz, look at that head. You've got a good, 3 fingers of, bright white creamy head there. It looks fantastic, and yeah, I mean, even more so with it being my first drink of the day. Alright, so we've talked about the appearance. That could only mean it's time to talk about the aroma. Ooh. Now, it does have a little going on here in terms of its aroma. Definitely, picking up some yeast and some grain. There's a kind of, hint of, fruitiness and, grassiness there as well. Alright, let me just top this up. Alright, gee whiz, isn't that frothy? Alright, so, we've talked about the appearance and the aroma, which could only mean it's time for the most important part of the review, the taste test. So a huge cheers goes out to Greg for giving me this lovely brew, well, hopefully lovely brew, and a cheers to you, the audience, as always. Let's dive in. Alright, well, it's got a nice hot bite to it. I can, yeah, and, the carbonation, is definitely up there. I mean, I could see that by how effervescent it was. I mean, it's, tingling all on my tongue, actually. It's definitely got, a nice malt presence there. Yeah, I mean, it's not overly sweet, but, yeah, sweet enough, I think. And, there's definitely a hop presence there, a kind of, well, as I said, in its aroma I detected a bit of grassiness, and yeah, that is there in the, residual taste. There's also a little bit of fruitiness there. What sort of fruit, you may ask? Well, it's almost a banana-y sort of a taste, in fact, which probably comes from I would say the type of yeast they're using. Now, yeah, the body, it's fairly thin, and yeah, the alcohol presence, I must say, is very well hidden. Unless I knew that it was 8.5% ABV, I don't think I would ever guess it. Yeah, it kind of tastes like a brew that's only about, say, between 5 and 6%, oddly enough. Anyway, I must have another gulp. Well, it's certainly holding that taste profile, and I must say, you know, it's very crisp, it's very clean, you know, it's very refreshing. It's, you know, flavour is, it's quite interesting, but, you know, I don't really have any other Bière de Garde to compare it to. But I must say, just, you know, as a beer, it's really, you know, it's really drinkable, and in terms of its sessionability, well, hey, at 8.5% ABV, I wouldn't recommend sessioning it. Yeah, you're going to end up on your ass, you know, pretty quick after probably only like 2 bottles of this, in fact. But yeah, I mean, it's one to yeah, check out if you can actually get your hands on it. In terms of the price point, well, I can't really comment there. I've never seen it before. I don't know where Greg got it from, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's really superb. And yeah, I mean, what more can I say? Yeah, I just want to gulp this down, but probably I should just be sipping it at that ABV. But anyway. Wow. Well, it really is hitting the spot, especially on a day like today. Alright, well, wrapping this up, I'll have one last gulp and give it a score out of 10. Look at that lacing, folks. Yeah, isn't that great? Yeah, that definitely shows it's a, yeah, a lovely top quality brew. Alright, well, all in all, it's an excellent brew. I'm very impressed with it. You know, I mean, I cannot fault it in any way. It's, you know, very flavorful, you know, very satisfying, very refreshing. All in all, an absolutely delicious brew that I really, yeah, would highly recommend to you all. So, I would be more than happy to give it a solid 10 out of 10. So there you go, folks. A 10 out of 10 for Trois Monts. So check it out if you do ever see it around. Alright, well, thanks for joining me once again for another SwillinGrog beer review. And once again, thanks Greg for this lovely brew. I'm going to enjoy finishing this off. Hopefully it won't hit me too hard, but anyway, only time will tell. Alright, so until next time, folks, fare thee well, all.